most lead magnets outright just suck. And it's not because of the design or that because people don't use the like right Canva templates. It's because people think that lead magnets are just about generating as many leads as possible, collect emails, and that's just completely wrong if you ask me. And so today I'm going to break down why that is and also three things to think about when you actually create a lead magnet. And this will allow you to create a lead magnet that actually not only attracts buyers, but also actually helps sell your other offers. Point one is no continuity. Okay. And so people create lead magnets with the idea of like giving a few tips or tricks, and then it just sort of ends there. There's no real bridge to a bigger problem that you actually solve. And so there's nothing happening in the prospect that makes them feel like they need to, let's say, buy your other stuff. And so I'll give you an example real quick. And so let's say you are selling like weight loss or something, right? And your lead magnet is about emotional eating, right? And in this lead magnet, you talk about how emotional eating is actually due to like your subconscious mind being messed up or whatever. It's like self sabotaging you, right? And you explain that, and then perhaps you help them solve the problem of emotional eating through some exercise or whatever that helps you reprogram your subconscious mind so you don't self sabotage. But let's say you also explain that this self sabotaging actually manifests in all areas of their weight loss. So it's like their exercises, their sleep and stuff. Their subconscious mind is like programmed the wrong way, and it's sabotaging them in those areas as well. What you're doing there is that you're not only like solving the problem of emotional eating in hopefully a very easy and quick way, but you're also revealing a bigger problem, right? You're talking about how this subconscious mind thing is actually sabotaging them in many ways. And what you can then do is like position your coaching or other programs as the solution to that, right? Because now people feel problem aware to something else. But instead, what a lot of people do with their lead magnets is that they just give some information, and sometimes it's just a lot of information. And the same goes with their low ticket offers, and it sort of just ends there. And people think that like more value is like the way to go because of this whole idea of, stuff as much value in there so people would actually feel like they would pay for it. But the truth is that when it comes to lead magnets and low ticket offers, most people don't even consume them. Like they don't even open them. Okay. And if you just stuff it with a lot of value, like people are not going to consume it. And so what you want to do is like quickly solve a very specific pain point, in this case emotional eating, and also reveal the bigger problem that they need to solve in order to get, let's say, long-term success in weight loss in this example, right? And so that's point number one. Point number two is the fact that most lead magnets just attract the wrong people. And so if your lead magnet is built for everyone, it's more or less built for no one. And this is where people fall into this sort of quantity over quality trap where they're just chasing leads and email signups, but it's not actually their ideal buyers or ideal clients. And so when people have these type of lead magnets, they then get surprised on why no one is buying, right? And so you need to make sure that your lead magnet not only attracts the person that you want, but pushes away the people that you don't want. Okay? So taking a quality over quantity approach. If you don't want, let's say you're selling to like copywriters or something, if you don't want complete beginners, then either solve a problem that beginners don't have, or just explicitly say that this is not for beginners. And that way beginners will be way less likely to sign up, right? And so quality over quantity. Focus on attracting the right people. And the third point sort of plays into that a little bit. And so the third reason why most lead magnets suck is because there's no funnel congruency. And so if your lead magnet is built around gut health, but your offer is about weight loss, then there's a clear disconnect, right? And so you have to make sure that whatever you have on the front end is congruent with what you have on the back end, okay? Otherwise, again, you will attract the wrong people and people who won't actually buy what you have on the back end. But this is more to do with the actual offer, right? This point has to do with the actual offer. And point number 2 is more about your messaging, right? And so you could have an offer that attracts the wrong people just because of the messaging, and vice versa, right? So that's basically going to be a wrap. Stop treating lead magnets like they are just about email signups. They're just not. They're about setting people up for the next step in your funnel. In other words, your other offers. It's not about giving people so much information and value that they can't handle it. And it's not about getting as many email signups as possible either. It's about revealing a bigger problem to the right people and being congruent with that on the back end, okay? So if you are an entrepreneur and you're doing multiple 6 to 8 figures and you want to scale completely risk and stress free so that you can have more freedom, more time with your family, etc., without having to worry about sales, then you can DM me below. I'll leave my socials and stuff and we can chat about it. I basically monetize digital trash can assets that your team isn't using, and I build entirely new revenue streams out of them, potentially adding an extra 7 figures to your business depending on where you're at and what offers you have available. So if you want to do that, then you can just DM me. But on that note,